Good morning and welcome to Carnation Crafts. It's that time in the month again where we launch a fantastic new collection. Yesterday I was with Dave launching that one, and just to let you know, Carla is okay. She sends her love to all of you as well. She will be back soon, so keep everything crossed and you'll get to see her soon, okay? But thank you for all the well wishes. She is getting better. Now, like I say, this is the second day of launch day. It's just me on my own today, but really excited to be able to show you the new, and I'm with Miss Tasmin as well. Right. I am not here on my own. I couldn't do it on my own without Miss Tasmin, but you know, I'm here on my own as in Dave's not with me. So I'm here on my own. Now, second day, like I say, very, very busy yesterday. If you are looking for a brand new collection, this is your Wild Haven collection. You've got a little bit of everything in there. You've still got your animals in there. You've got those beautiful birds in there. You've got your squirrels and everything, but you've got the florals, the embellishments. You've got everything and more with this one. And the birdhouse. So making it collective for absolutely all those occasions that you need it for. It could be a birthday, it could be for an anniversary, it could be for a new home, new babies, that kind of thing. It covers everything. If you want a multi-purpose, multifaceted collection that's so versatile, this is the one for you. £114.99 for your show price just for today. Then obviously 240705. Your show price, obviously, like I say, will run for the duration of the shows, but you know, get it now while we have got it in stock. We have got other things with the collection as well that we can enhance this range with. We have got an extra add-on, which is this collection. This is Nuts About You. And you can see you get those two fantastic squirrels in there. The present, the basket, the little nut in there as well. And also that beautiful plaque. If I turn this around, you can see, again, a lot of metal for your money. Works fantastically well with this collection, but versatile enough to work with other collections, past, present and future. If you're wanting this one, 240711, £29.99, available on carnationcrafts.co.uk. But also, as always, we like to give you the perfect perfection, and we've got that with the perfect papers. If you're wanting streamlined colours that have all been handpicked to go with this range, we have got this one for you. Now you can see with this, you're getting 48 sheets of the A4 size, 300 GSM, 6 different colours. You're getting like a dot, a fine stripe and a solid in there too, but a plethora of beautiful shades in there that are going to work amazingly well. 240712, £14.99 for those as well. But just to give you an extra little bonus as well, if you spend over £25 for the month of July, you will then actually receive a free gift of a special little certain die that will appear in your parcel. So, and it's worth £4.99, so it's well worth having. So even if you buy a couple of things that month and your orders are over £25, you'll get ones put in. But if you're looking for inspiration with that die, on the website and obviously on social media, you'll be able to see lots of inspiration with that too. But as an extra, yes, Miss Tasmin.
And we are also still running the deal where they can get the original colourway,
yes,
as per standard, free download on our website. However, if you want the original and the extra 4 colourways, it's still a £5 for this week.
Oh, wow, that's great. So, like I say, if you're loving the colourways, which you get for free, you can add that as an extra, optional extra into your basket and get 5 different colourways with that. So that's brilliant. But let's do the excitement. Let's show you what you're actually getting in this collection. Now, first of all, with the collection, you are going to get the amazing, beautiful birds in here. So again, look at the size. The versatility of this range is beautiful. You've got the actual nest there, but as I was showing yesterday, you can use it as a grounding on your cards as well. You've got the different size of the birds all facing different ways as well. But remember, because they're double-sided vignettes, which you can download for free, all the artwork is hand drawn by Nick and the team, same with the colours. So you know you're getting bespoke artwork. The little daisies are incredible. And then you've got the extra florals in there. This one is the labour of love. And it really is with Carnation Crafts. They do bring the labour of love with all their artwork. And you can see there as well, you have got the fantastic boundaries and beds, and these are beautiful. And like yesterday I was showing you how you can make this then into like a fence. You can swap into it. Let me show you what I mean. Look at this. we stacked it to give it a different feel and a different look on your cards as well. So it becomes like a fence or a large trough. But then if you're thinking, I love that, but I want it smaller, you can cut it down. So versatile. You know, your imagination can run wild with these collections by adding in the versatility of the dies. So don't just think you've just got one size. You could cut this into 2 or 3 different sizes. So hopefully that's given you inspiration and confidence to know you can do something a little bit different with all of these collections. You've got your trellis. Later on in one of the later shows, I'm going to show you how you can weave this together to make it larger. You've got your ladder in there too. You've got your pails or your buckets, whatever you want to call them. But again, you've got snippability of taking those off there, making them more into a bucket. You've got this fantastic loop section here with the grass that gives it the grounding with the grass. But again, with this, I used it yesterday as decorations on the sides of my cards too. So you've got that beautiful versatility of doing that one as well. Now, the next one for you is standing proud, and it really, really is. You've got these beautiful columns on here, but as we were saying yesterday, if you turn these round, you can then make those into planters as well. You can obviously downsize this if you want to make it shorter for the water fountain or the lamp or the birdhouse. You can make it even more so. You've got the extra piece that sits in here when you receive this. This is obviously to put your sentiments on with your mats and your layers, but perfectly sized, perfectly done to work with those too. You can snip out the sundial so it becomes more of a bird bath, and you can have flowers trailing out of there, but so beautiful. And this one is incredible because this will give you the backdrop. So if you have got the lantern or the birdhouse or the faucets on there, the American term for waters, you can put those on there, and this will also give you that natural glow. The artwork has all been done for you, but do remember, you know, you can download this for free. Now this is your birdhouse. Look how incredible this is. All the extra layers that you get. So with this one you can use the die and you can cut those areas out, but if you want to, you can leave it as a solid. You've got your little doors that are obviously double-sided if you print them out on your vignettes, and you can hinge it so it could be an actual opening. We were saying yesterday this would look like you can make it look like a greenhouse by putting acetate behind it. It would also work well with the wedding collections that we've done for you, because this could be like, you know, some people get married in a barn and things like that. It would take it up to a different level. You've even got the little steps that if you want to add those in there, or putting them on the side with the extra pieces, you can make like a little fence so you can elongate it on there as well. But that is your rustic home. It's such an incredible die. Now, for the embellishments, look at these. You have got your one solid die that cuts out your whole of your flowers, and again the artwork is free. Go download it ready, because I know a lot of you are probably receiving your collection. If you brought it yesterday, go get it now. Get your pro print paper off the website and be printing these out. Nice because you've got the larger size scale and you've got the smaller ones in there too. You've got the filler flowers in there, but then you've got the individual grasses if you just want to give that little bit more mystery to it. But such a beautiful collection just on its own for those flowers are going to be so useful for you to be able to watercolour. But as you can see, it is a mahoosive collection, as always, from Carnation Crafts, giving you that Wild Heaven collection with those beautiful accents on there too. That one runs at £114.99, 240705. But what I am also going to do now is show you the extra bits we've got. This is the Nuts About You. This is the one with the fabulous squirrels, but as you can see, we've got a beautiful frame on this one as well. You've got the dies, as you can see, your mats and layers in this. If you're wanting to make this larger, you can. You've also got your plaque for your sentiments, and if you go on the website, there is the downloadable sentiments that again give you this pre-coloured edge which you can pop on there, and you can cut out the sentiments. And I think there's things like I'm nuts about you, another year older, things like that, so do have a look. But these are going to be great if you're using your stamps from the Clean and Simple range. You can add those in, so versatile to be able to mix and match those in. But as a tag for a champagne bottle or something like that for a wedding, as a menu, as a header, this is going to be absolutely beautiful. But you've also got in this collection, you have got your fabulous squirrels in different stances. So look at the sizing. because these are all hand drawn, we can make sure all the size, Nick and the team make sure all the sizes are pre-sized so everything works. So he could be holding the parcel, could be holding the basket and things like that. With this one, yesterday we were saying if we cut that bit off, you could turn it around and like give him a little hat to wear, little summer hat, things like that. But even like the nuts, the details that you have got in there are fabulous. And they are a good size. They're not little teeny tiny dies. You have got that good stance and size. So it is a feature on your cards. If you're wanting to get the Nuts About You die set collection, $29.99 for those ones. But again, head over to Carnation Crafts website where all the goodies is and the artwork, the free downloadable artwork. There is the QR code as well. If you want to just scan that on your phone or your tablet right now, that will automatically take you to the website. So just open up your camera. Like I say, obviously older phones won't, but not 9 out of 10 times now, the new phones, tablets, things like that, open them up and just scan your QR code. It's a little bit of magic. It will take you straight there. Now, let's show you some of the design team cards, what they have made, because honestly, these are outstanding as always. I'm just going to move these down a little bit because I've moved everything back to make room and not given myself enough. Now look at this. This is what we're talking about. New home cards. The inspiration from the design team is incredible. The flowers work so well in there as well. The little birds just peeking out. And look, this is what I was saying to you about the columns. Have been used as a planter on that one to give you that little bit of magic. All new ones today to show you. So again, more inspiration. Loving the movement on this one with the water. And look at the colourways. So fresh and clean. Now, bringing in from the Nuts About You collection, this is the card blank. So showing the versatility of mixing and matching the details with the flowers. The trellis is in the main collection, same as the flowers and the little bucket. But you can see there, the Thinking of You, I think is from the Clean and Simple collection. It works together. This is what makes it versatile and incredibly easy to work with. Look at that one. You can imagine that in a walled garden. You've got that lovely look there for you as well. And, you know, here it is. I had a present for you somewhere. And just adding in that little bit of a present changes it into a beautiful card. Now, you might be giving these as gifts or presents or home decor. You have got that lovely look on all of these. Look with the little steps, adding in the little nest at the bottom. And then on the inside, they've added the little bird, little family in there too. So you can see you can use it as a solid, like this one, or you can use it individually and make your shaped cards with that. But that's what obviously Carnation do so well, is bring in different styles for you to be able to see, and they all look so different. As an anniversary card, how fabulous is that? You can see the perfect papers behind. These have all been mixed in on a lot of the cards, so this then gives it that pop of colour. Now let's do a demonstration. That's my favourite bit. Let's do a little bit of showing you what you can do, and I'll show you a few more samples in a moment. So let's get this one out. Got my little sandwich bags as always to make sure everything's safe and sound when we're prepping. Now, taking this out, you can see I've gone for the yellow tones and the white tones with this one. I've used my perfect papers as always because this really does give it that pop of colour. But really, really nice to have that. Now, with the main one with the Birdhouse, you can see you're going to get all your different mats and layers for you to be able to use. The larger one, I've cut 2, and what I've done with that one is then this is my card blank base. Scored about 3/4 of the way, yeah, I would say hot, but just over half the way down. Put a little bit of tape on there just to make sure that this then will stick. And this will then give me that hinge on my card to be able to make sure it is secure. If you want to use your wet glues, you want to use your red liner tape, by all means you can do that. Like I say, mine have been in the boot of the car again, so I do apologise. It is warming up a little bit. It got cold last night, I must admit. So
I quite liked it.
yes, it was nice for a change. We could all sleep because it was a little bit cooler, but it was a little bit better last night. Now, just putting this on, line it up with the base at the bottom, just popping that down there, and you can see then that will then just sit onto there like so. Then I'm going to add in a layer of my beautiful perfect papers. This is one with a little, and it has got the daintiest of dots on here, which will give you just that little bit of contrast. Sometimes plain underneath is nice. and it will give you that glow. But that little bit of pattern, again, just enhances everything you've got. So if you're not used to using patterns, this could be your chance now with your perfect papers to add in those little dainty dots and those dainty stripes to really give your cards a different look, because we want to take your cards up to a different level every single time by giving you the versatility to mix everything together. It's like a fabulous recipe with Carnation Crafts. It's going to give you that beautiful pop and look of colour when you're using these. Now, next then, I'm going to take the main one. And like I said to you, on the boards, I know it shows the circles in there. Yes, you can cut those out, so you can have the little birds popping out. But I'm using it with the doors on there as well. So these can be opened or these can be closed as well. So let's add this to the front. I'm using my everyday glue. Now, this is available on the website. You get a set of 7, I think it is in this, and they are all available on the website. Same with the foam on a roll, foam pads, things like that. Everything is on there for you. But you know, this glue dries very, very quickly. It's a fabulous glue to use. So I'm just going to adhere this to here as well. And that's then going to start giving us a stance. Already it's got dimension, it's got shape with the shading on the artwork as well, which really does give it a beautiful feel. Now with the hinges, we're going to just pop these onto the front, the little doors. Like I say, you could have them open, you could have a little photograph inside of a little family member or something like that. You could have a little wedding photo in. You could even have it as an invitation. So you could have it so it opens up and you're invited. So again, it's a different style of invitation that you could do, you know, to your new home or a wedding or something like that. You could add those into there very, very easily. So that's just going to sit on there and just give you that little bit of shape. Do like using the glue because it gives you a little bit of wiggle room, and we all need that sometimes. And then what I've got here is the extra bits just to sit on the bottom. And as I was saying to you yesterday, I don't mind them overhanging sometimes. And like with these, what I'm going to do as well, because I'm going to put 2 underneath the roof setting and I'm going to put 1 on the bottom. So can you see how it then gives it that feathery look as well? So we're going to add those onto there. So I'm just going to stick these onto the side. I'm going to use a glue applicator for this, which are available again on the website. You get a pot with 100 in, but this will just sit on the edge because I wanted it to give it a little bit of detail and show the versatility of the dies. They're not just meant for what they are supposed to be for. Always try and, you know, cut them out. I would say cut them out first, have a play, but look at that. Gives it like a grass roof sort of thing that, you know, you can imagine the birds would have on the little proper houses. So again, it's about your imagination and using the products to get the best results, and you're always going to get that with the Carnation one. So just adding this onto there, little bit of detail on there, but can you see how that's made that look so different now and unusual? So adding in now the one at the bottom so it all collates together. And it gives it that balance, because you don't want the bottom to look like sparse when you've got so much on top. So think about the elements of balance when you're putting your cards together and add that onto there. So let's just put a little bit on there. But yeah, if there's anybody out there and they know that theirs has been dispatched, please let us know. I'd love to know this morning if yours is on its way, shall we say. Yes, Miss Tasman.
Well, we've got Michaela over on Facebook.
Good morning.
She had a message saying hers is being delivered this morning.
Wow, that's fantastic. Like I say, the postage and packaging is very, very quick with Carnation Crafts. You know that. So what I'm going to do with this is just pop that on there. So we're making it like a proper birdie house, shall we say. Now, with this then, I've got the little steps as well. We're going to add these to the bottom, because again, we want that little uplift. But all these are going to fit in a standard, I would say, A5 size envelope, so you can put those straight in the post, obviously once the glue's dried, and that will fit in there. But look, the step is just drawing your eye in now as well. We've decorated the top so it looks softer. It gives it a softer feel with these, and that's why, you know, I love a bit of Carnation Crafts, you know that. I don't get to do it all the time, but when I do, I like to do something different with you. Now, with the bucket, what I am going to do is just follow the line round and just take the handle off, because I want this to sit on the outside, because we're going to put the flowers in there as well. So this is going to sit on this side, and then I'm going to have a few little flowers on the opposite side. And you'll see what I've done with these is I've cut these off the other bits, but the tops look too square. So what I'm going to do is just snip those, so then they look more like the grass grasses effect, and I've layered those together to pop those onto there. Can you see? So little wildflowers growing in the front of the house as well. So let's add a little bit of glue with these, and we're going to stick this to the front, and always leave little bits that you can tuck in underneath like that to hide like the bottom of it or the workings of it, and it just keeps it looking so much neater. Then what I'm going to do is just snip this down a little bit, because what I'm going to do then is just poke this into the back of the bucket when I've put a little bit of glue on there, and this then will give it a holding on the back. I've domed it slightly because again it will just look more natural, and I can put those into there. I'm going to add in the larger one as well, and this one I've actually folded over the bottom just to bring this in, and this is going to sit behind this one. So again, it's all about sliding and positioning, but with this one I would only say to you, pin flare glues, your wet glues, this is what's going to give you that playability. And you can see I've done it to try and connect everything up. So from the stairs to the bucket to the flower extends into that. So it's drawing the eye up all the time and giving you that lovely look with your positioning. I've then got some of the little daisies, and we're going to add just a few of these. Excuse me, my voice is going this morning. I'm going to add a few of these just popped and scattered along. Nothing to give it too much, you know, extra, but just to give it that bit of detail where we need it. So I'm just going to add another one in there. But again, the versatility of the sizing on these is fabulous, and it will give you that extra bit where you really need it sometimes. Got extra bit of greenery here, but all the bits are in, you know, in your kit, so you have got that look and fillers, as we call them, to add those in. I'm going to put, because I feel we've got a lot here, I feel now we need something here because we're not joining it all up. I'm going to add in now this one. So composition wise, this is teaching you, sometimes you can look at your cards and think it's just missing something like that. Now coordinates and brings everything in. I'm taking my little birds, because these little birds are going to sit then just in the top of the nest like so, and you can see here this could be a new home card, it could be a birthday card, anniversary, whatever you want it to be. But now you've got your little birds in there, so hopefully you can see how easy your cards will come together just by using this amazing Wild Haven kit. Let me open it, I'm just worried about the glue. There we go. But look at that. So even with a little staircase, we've now transformed the look of it by using the bird's nest on there, the flowers. But can you see what I mean about composition, about linking it? So we've taken the sharp edges from the outside. Look at this one. So as it is, it looks incredible, but adding in that little bit that you'd use on the grass, we've given it a loopy look. So this is now, then you can make it look a little bit more masculine, a little bit more feminine, just by adding in those details. This looks more like a rustic shed that's been left in a garden for many, many years, at the bottom of the garden, overgrown. You've got that in there too. But if you're sat there still thinking, oh, shall I, shan't I? Maybe you need a little bit more inspiration, then take a look at this. What amazing collection you are getting here on the second day of launch day of the new Wild Haven collection. 240705, £114.99. But with this collection, you can see you've got those beautiful birdhouses in there. You've got everything from your floral embellishments, you've got the birdhouses, you've got the birds, the nest, and more to give you that beautiful look on all your cards. But if you're wanting that little bit more inspiration, like I say, head over to the Facebook page and things like that. But you can also get your free bespoke artwork. Everything is hand drawn by Nick and the team for you to download for free, and then you'll get the different colours on there that you can then use to cut out your dies. So no colouring. If you're not a colourist, like I haven't got the time sometimes, these give you that professional look instantly. So with this collection, the Wild Haven collection, at £114.99, this is definitely one not to miss. We've also got an extra for you as well as an add-on. As always, we have got the Nuts About You collection. Now this gives you the frame on there, the cartouche frame for your sentiments, your mats and layers, also the little squirrels on there with the gifts, the presents and the nuts. And you can see again a lot of metal for your money with this one. $29.99 for this collection, $240,711 for that one as well. And this really will give you that lovely inspiration for that in there too. But remember, if you pay £5 additional for the artwork, you can get different colorways in the artwork as well. You'll still get your free artwork, but you will also get an additional artwork if you want to pay just for this month, £5 extra, and you can get all different colorways of the presents and everything else, can't you, Tasmin?
Yeah, so you get the... Sorry, I had to turn my mic on. It's £5 for the 4 additional colourways, and then if they spend, that's for the week.
Yes.
I believe it runs until midnight on Friday when launch is done.
There you go.
And then if you spend £25 within July, you get the $4.99 free die.
Free die as well. So if you spend over £25, if you're not sure, like I say, pop in your perfect papers and things like that, or your glues to bump your your basket up to get to £25, and you'll get your free die worth $14.99. Yes, Miss Tasmin.
So we've had quite a few people over on social media, but we should probably say hello.
Yes, let's say hello.
So over on YouTube, we've got,
good morning.
I believe it's Shamila. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. She says, good morning all. It's great to have you, Mrs. Wheeler.
Oh, thank you.
You have given us so many different views on this collection. It's just that quality of a great crafter. Thank you, Dawn.
Thank you. That means a lot. You know me, I will always give you that little bit more. And with these collections, with Carnation Crafts, that's why I like to have try and give you those little bit tips and hints. So hopefully I'm glad that's passed over to you.
And then over on Facebook, we've got Karen Slade who's saying good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Suzanne Page is saying good morning. Michaela has just said she's had hers delivered.
Wow.
We've got Sam who's saying good morning, sending love to Carla. We've got Yvonne who's saying good morning. She has received a message from Royal Mail. She's going to get hers today.
Fabulous.
Karen Slade has also said she's going to get hers today. Thank you to the warehouse team for excellent service. Carnation Crafts are my #1 company.
Oh, they do. They go above and beyond because we know what they're like as crafters. We want it instantly. If we see it, we want it, we need it. We've got to have it, and they will get it out to you as fast as you can. So you've got confidence in placing your orders, knowing you're not going to wait like a week, 5-6 days. You're going to get it. But let's show you some finished examples as well. But do remember, pop over to social media, to Facebook on there, because obviously there is the Carnation Crafts groups you can join, and you'll get all your inspiration on there. Oh, one's gone down. But you can see there, lovely shot there with the ones we've just been showing you, with the I'm Nuts About You, and look at that, how fabulous is this? It'd make a great Valentine's Day card, wouldn't it? I'm Nuts About You. For a different spin on Valentine's Day, you could do that. Another year older, showing that you don't have to use everything, you can just use small items from the collection and build it up. But look at this, using the beautiful bird bath on there, you've got that column, you've got the little basket there as well, and you've got the flowers to layer in. But if you just want like little place settings for parties and things like that, look at this one. It's been made by Tina, and she's added in the little extra pieces on there. But look at this, perfect versatility by mixing and matching even the sentiments with the presents. Adding things together makes these collections, as always, so versatile from Carnation Crafts to give you that lovely detail on there as well. And you can see with these, look at that, striking detail on there as birthday cards. And now this one is just one of those showstoppers, and you can always do that. You can make and sell with this. This is 3 of the panels popped together from the Nuts About You collection, but you can see it folds up. Then you've got your squirrel on there with, you've used the flowers and the birds and everything. But how gorgeous is that? Cards with flowers on are always the most popular, so do not worry. You've got the confidence in knowing with this range, the Wild Haven collection, you have got everything covered. So like I say, pop over to the website. Very, very busy for this one now. So thank you so much for joining us this morning. It means a lot that you are with us. So thank you for doing that. But everything is available on the website. So just pop over and have a cheeky little look on there, and you will see everything is there. Now, let's do another little demo. I think it's demo time. Let's do another one. Okay, so This time again, I am using the Nuts About You collection, but I'm mixing it in with the Wild Haven collection. So we've got a little bit of everything in this one. So let's pull all of these together. Now you'll see with this one, I've actually got, let's get the little flowers out. I'm using the Perfect Papers in there too, and I'm using the card blank bases. Again, cut 2 of these out, 350 GSM. Have a look on Carnation Crafts website. Fabulous cardstock to use all your card blanks. You're not using your speciality cards, you're using your everyday white cardstock, but this then will give it rigidity when using it. I've scored about 1 inch down just to give it a score line, because this is what I like. I'm not hunting around for card bases. I've got the perfect sizes to make my own card base, which makes it more cost effective when you are making and selling, but also, you know, you've always got white cardstock in your stash to be able to put these in. You're going to use the Perfect Papers, and this is the one with a little tiny like green polka dot on there as well, which is so subtle, but again it gives you that beautiful background on there to work with. So I'm going to use this one, and I'm just using a splash of colour behind there, and all these are in the die collection. Now I'm using one of the vignettes that I've actually downloaded and printed out, and then what I've done is use the extra die that just pop that in the centre. So then I could have cut the centre out and then overlaid it, but I wanted to give it that little bit of height and dimension. Now with these, yes, I'm not using a lot of foam on a roll on this bit, because sometimes I personally like it flatter for my layers, but I'll add more height and dimension when I'm actually doing my construction of obviously the decoration part. So that's me personally. Sometimes I'll add more in, it just depends. But if you're getting height, if it was all flat, then yes, you could look at your card and think, it doesn't kind of look right. If you add in height and dimension and glues and foam pads on this bit, you'll be fine. So adding this into here, but this would look fabulous in a little box. If you made a little box envelope or something like that to go with it, this would look beautiful. But you imagine these as little menus, or you could save these out as save the dates. You could print onto it, save the date. That would be a fabulous one to have as well. Now I'm going to add in my little animal as well, but first of all I just want to add this extra little piece in here. Okay, I'm actually going to turn it that way so it mimics the edge of that one. So we're just going to align that with those as well, and you'll see why in a moment, because I'm elongating it, but I don't want it to be too much. So again, I'm just going to add this underneath, lining it up with the bottom, because you want it to actually sit right when it stands up. So if you line it up with the bottom, I'm using the line on my glass mat as well, all available on the website, so I'm using those. Then I've got a little bit of the trellis. We're going to add a little tiny piece of this in as well, just here, and this is going to give me that lovely look this side. So again, it's about extending the card and giving it that little bit more dimension. So adding this onto here, little bit of glue, use your precision applicator, can't talk this morning, pop this onto here, and this is just going to give me that little bit of height on this side. So this is what I'm saying, because what I'm going to do is have a column here, and it could look too overbalanced. I felt personally it needed something with a little bit of balance, and you'll see that once we start putting it together. Now this is what I mean about the column. Yes, if I've got it on its own, you can see it would look one-sided. That's why I've put in that piece there to give it that balance. So it's all about balance sometimes. If you look at your cards and you just think, what is wrong? Think about just extending it slightly, giving yourself that little bit of confidence, but don't commit to the stick. Always just position it, have a look, and decide. Don't go, you know, gun-ho, sticking everything down. Just give yourself a moment or two to think about it. Now this one, I'm using the Birdhouse. And you'll notice with your Birdhouse, it has got the little door that opens, which is so cute. And again, it gives you versatility to then, you know, you could open this up. You could have lots of little birds in there. I'm leaving that mine bit open because I just want that bit to sit nice. Now, as we were talking yesterday as well, don't be frightened of little bits overhanging on your cards. It's not always about trying to get it all in one space sometimes. It's about having that little bit extra. Now, I have got some of the little flowers. We're going to start adding these in. And you'll see these are on the long ones, but I've cut them down because I want to make them the size that I want. And you can do that. So please, you know, have a bit of free flow sometimes. Get your creativity out because you've got the versatility of doing that. You've got the hand-drawn and designed and coloured images. So you know you've got the best of the best with this, and you can just really go to town with all of it. So just add in a little bit of everything onto there, a little bit of glue. And sometimes what I actually do, rather than putting it flat, I'll bring some of them in at an angle. The bottoms I'll angle in a little bit, so my flowers do look a little bit more not so structured for me. So I'm going to add those in there. I've got this extra piece here that I'm going to put in, and I've cut those again at a different height because again it gives it so it's not so uniformed, because I think with us cards sometimes we get very uniformed and feel like the balance and everything has got to be so precise. It's not what it's all about. Nowadays, it is about going rogue, being a bit more freestyle with it. It is, Miss Tasman, you know I go freestyling. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't, but I try my best. So you can see with that one, I've cut those down. This was the same part of those, but can you see how now I've got that balance? I've got the down, I've got the up, and then I've got the up again, so it brings it together. Then I've got my little grasses because I wanted to hide a few of these little bits there. Can you see? So that, again, positioning, it's not about instantly sticking it down, just have a look as well. And yesterday I showed you the trick where you can double layer these as well and add bits and cut into it. They're so versatile. So add in this little piece just there, that's going to sit there, and that just hides all the bottom of my flowers, and again makes it look grounded, but it also makes it look like it's a little bit wild, and we like that. So adding this into here, because naturally in a garden your flowers do grow all different. It's not uniformed, it is very different. So I'm just going to add that there, and then I've got my other piece that I had from my other selection the other day. And what I'm going to do is just add that as a filler in there. So again, the grasses are different ways. So save all your little bits as well, get your little cellophane bags and save all your little pieces. And like I say, I never stick it all down because I like that little bit of movement and play. It looks like the wind is blowing through there as well. Then I've got my little character, and he's going to be here reaching up as if he's giving that beautiful gift to his little friend in there as well. So with that one, I can actually, because I've left the grass, I can have him like staged in there as well. So let's have a little go at that. So just taking my little character, a little bit of glue on there, adding to his little feet to make sure he sticks. No animals were hurt in the making of this card, just to clarify. So just popping this in to there, and you can see then, look at that. We've got the different heights, because if they were all the same height, you'd lose a little bit, can you see, the dimension. By having him at a different height, that's going to give you that different look on your card. Now I've got my little birdie. This little birdie is going to sit in the little birdhouse because he's given him that little gift. So what we're going to do is a little bit of pin flare glue. Again, I've just given him a little bit of a curve rather than him looking flat, and he's just going to sit in there. So he's waiting for his little present, but the little doorway is down, so again gives dimension, but when the glue's dry that will fold up, go in an envelope, so do not worry. So I've got my little character here, he's got the basket, so we're going to take the little basket, again a little bit of glue, so you can have him holding it, but I sometimes like to just put it just slightly behind, and again I'm putting it at an angle. If you sometimes put everything square, you will actually find again it can look too set in your design. What I'm going to do now is just take some of these little flowers. I just need to put a little bit of glue just under my little, I want to call him a mouse again, he's not, he's a squirrel. I'm having a squirrel moment. And then what I'm going to do is put some of these flowers into here. And like I say, with the daisies, you'll notice on the edge of here, these have got like little cut-in bits as well, just there, making it versatile to be able to tuck. Can you see? So you can tuck them, you can add them in, and this just makes it look extra special. And that's all really we need to do. You don't need to add a lot more. For me, it's about educating you, learning you and teaching you how to get the best from your products, and you sure will with the Carnation ones, because the versatility, snippability, the creativity, everything is there for you. All you've got to do is just take these up. Now, with this one, you can see I've got everything going up, but I need just a little splash of colour at the bottom. So all I'm going to do now is just add this in with the grounding, with my little flowers that are left over. Can you see that's all working together? And then adding in a little bit here with this one. So we've got the odd longer one. Otherwise I've got long, I've got short, and then I've got the shorter ones. This is the in-between one that will help with the eye. So again, it blends it up, blends it in, and you've got that lovely colour in there. So hopefully again, That's another one for you to, and if you want to use my ideas, by all means do. I do not mind. I am not precious. Please use my ideas to get you started and, you know, copy these, make and sell with it. I'd be more than proud for you to be able to do that. But if it helps you to get those ideas, this is where you need to go. You need your Wild Haven collection with the beautiful collection that you've got here with all those flowers. You've got the ladders, the trellis, you've got those beautiful pails in there, the birds and the birdhouse. You've got so much in there. But honestly, do remember this is second day. This is your launch day, second launch day of the Wild Haven collection here on Carnation Crafts TV. I nearly called it Coronation then. Well, it is. It's very regal. Carnation Crafts TV. And here we are so proud to bring you the latest edition, Wild Haven, that will give you that past, present and future collections. You can mix with it. You can add everything to this, making it versatile to do what you want to do with your collections. Making it more elaborate, making it more expanse to it, to add in. You could add the little mice. You might have little butterflies. You might have extra trellis pieces you want to add in. You can now do so with this lovely collection. And honestly, the beautiful cards that you can make with this, and like with this one, this is just like an everyday standard, let me do that, standard size card that you can make yourself. It doesn't always have to be the ones that are in the kit, but having the versatility of knowing you can make a bigger card, you can make an A4 size card and have the most amazing large birdhouse on there. You could add the details on there, because bearing in mind you could extend this one, you could extend it up, just take another one, cut the bottom off, and then obviously extend it up, so you could have 3 different heights on a large A4 card. You've got that look. Adding in the other collection that we've got for you as well with the Nuts About You, this just absolutely just sings to me. You've got so many for animal lovers, floral lovers, people who like their gardens, the bird watchers and things like that. You have got the looks with this one to really give you that comfort in knowing your cards, basically, pardon the pun, are going to fly. Because with this, you've got the saleability with them, because people are going to be like, oh my God, that card's beautiful. I need that in my collection. And I want to buy that card because this is so, so beautiful. But you're going to need the Wild Haven collection to do that. And you can see mixing and matching other things from the collections are really going to open up your world of card making and give you that fabulous look in there. Now, let me have a look. Let's do another one. Let's do this one. Now, with this, I have got one of the little birdhouse ones. We're going to do this one and bring this in. So let's add this in here now. So this time I've actually got the little squirrel. We're going to be using him. And I've got some extra bits. And again, showing you different ways. So let's bring this in. Let's get this card blank base ready to go. So I'm going to do this one. So first of all, I have got the base in this one. So I've got 2 again of the mats and layers. Scored that about half, just under halfway down, and this is then going to be my join. I know some people put a score line down here and do that, but I find with this shape the card doesn't open as well as it would with, you know, the others. Excuse me, my tape's being a bit sticky today as well. I think it's warming up now because it's warming up in here, so that will help me to get this off. Now again, just align these, but we're saying yesterday this could be, you can make this like a circus top, because obviously, hang on a minute, there we go, you could actually do you could put a line and then you could curve the sides back so it would look like the opening, and then obviously if you coloured it you can make that look like a big top, and you could have the little mice coming out like a little mouse circus and things like that. So there's so much I can envision with this kit, and the more I use it the more I see and designs and things, and you know, run with it when you're at home. Cut the pieces out. Even if you just do it in copy paper, cut them out, have a go, and just learn to, you know, add bits, take bits away, snip into it, and make it work for you. Because at the end of the day, it's only a piece of paper. Don't print your vignettes out till you know exactly, because you don't want to waste these. Cut it out in copy paper and just have a play with those first. So what I'm going to do then is I've used my perfect papers. I'm now layering on the birdhouse from the Wild Haven collection. My words. Anyway, so I think I need food. But all I'm going to do is just add this onto here. Again, everyday glue. Have a look on the website. It is all on there for you to be able to purchase, and we can add that into your collection. Let's pop that onto there. But very, very busy. Thank you, everybody. Honestly, I can't believe how busy we are again today with this collection. There's a lot of you out there this morning, so thank you so much. Now, with this one, I took one of the, like, say, the little barrels again. We're going to use a little bit of this one. I've also taken the bird's nest, but what we are going to do is I'm going to turn it the opposite way round. So again, it's adding texture to the bottom and it's building it up there. I've also got one of the little trellisy bits because I just want to add a little bit of that into there because I'm going to do flowers one side, so I felt it needed a balance the other side. So let's start adding this. A little bit of pinflay glue as always. I'm only putting it more round the centre to give it height, but then I use a bit of my everyday glue. Oh, a little bit, Wheeler, steady. On the edge, let's take some of that off. Use your glue applicators. I got a bit giddy there, didn't I? Sorry. So just using that there because then that will dry and hold that in place because I want the sides flat, but I want the centre to be curved. Can you see? So that's got that dimension and a drop shadow with that too. I've also then got my little bit of trellis in there as well. So I'm going to snip this down and we're going to add little bits of this too. So again, just snipping into that, adding the bits on the side to layer this together there. So all we're doing is just adding in little bits just to give it, how can I put it? Not to confuse the eye, but to give the eye something else to look at. So it's not all just straight lines. We're giving it a little bit more of like a patterned background. So now you can see we're starting to get structure. I've got my little squirrel and I've got the bird's nest. Again, this needs bending, but I've put this upside down because squirrels make their own little nests as well. So that's my thinking was, if I put this here, I can have him so he looks like he's actually, you know, in his little squirrel nest. Can you see? So it gives it a different look with that one. So not just a bird's nest, it can be a squirrel nest too. So adding that onto there, like so. I'm leaving his little tail curved up a little bit. I've pinched that a little bit so it just stands up a little bit, so it's a little bit different. And then I've got some of the flowers. And again, I tend to snip into these, make them whatever length I want. And you can do exactly the same because some I want longer, some I want a little bit shorter. The little bits you cut off obviously you can still use as grasses and bits, so you can use those as well. But you'll see with this, once I've positioned these in, I can get that little bit more fullness with this as well, just by working them together. Now, the tones with this one, I did keep it quite purpley because I felt with this one, because we've got a lot of greenery and we've got the browns, it just needed that pop of colour. So I've gone with that. And then what I have done is just then the odd little tiny bit, shall we say, of the little yellow ones as well. So again, don't commit to the stick. You can always just pop these in, have a little look and a little see how it's working for you. But you can see already we've got that lovely look with this one too. Now we've got the acorns. I had to use these because they're just really, really precious. And I do think if you're using these like on your Christmas cards as well, these would be great for that. But then just adding these onto here, because obviously squirrels like the little nuts, so we're going to have a couple of these on here as well. And this is just going to sit scattered like that. So again, we're building the illusion, we're building the look on there too. Now over this side, because we've got all those, we are going to need a little basket. But you know, like I was saying to you, if you cut that, you can cut that bit off. Let's fold that under for the time being. You can make him a little hat. So again, you can dress your characters. You know what we like to dress the little characters as well. But this side needs a little bit more. So I'm just going to add these here. And we're going to put in some of the floral elements. Again, the top is starting to look a little bit bare, personally, for me. So what we're going to do is bring in some of the floral elements. And these are just going to dress this bit at the top. So bringing these in as well now. And popping these onto here. But it's all about balance at the end of the day, and you'll know yourself. You know, some people are like, I'm not sure, and they just keep adding and adding. Just look where it needs that little bit more. And like I say, I'm just doing this so these will sit here, and now the top looks balanced with the rest of it. I'm putting them in like a bit of a star shape, because then I'm going to put one of the daisies in the center. So we're making a different formation with this as well. I'm actually going to add an extra one in because I just feel that little bit there looks a bit plain. But that's just me. You might think, Wheeler, step away from the flowers now, but for me, it just gives it that little bit more. Curling that up as well to give it that texture in the centre. And then all I'm going to do is add that pop of that daisy in there. And hopefully you can see now that has dressed the top with the rest of it. This side still needs a little bit of work, so let's get to work on this one and add this into here just by threading these in. I've got a few little daisies. But honestly, with Carnation Crafts, you've got the versatility and the creativity to add as much or as little as you want. But you can see how incredible you can honestly make these collections just by slotting in the little pieces. And for me, it's the little bits that are the finishing pieces to the puzzle that always come with Carnation Crafts to give you that wow factor. Now, here for me, that space there is just a little bit bare. So what I'm going to do is just tuck that one in and under, and you can see hopefully that's another little card that we have done to show you how fabulous this Wild Haven collection is for you. And look at that. Again, just experiment. I know obviously I've been doing this a long time, but the creativity is there for you. All you've got to do is take the time and, like I say, position it. Don't glue it down, position it, take a picture on your phone or your tablet, something like that, and then use that then to replicate it. Don't stick anything down till you're sure, but that will give you the best effects. This is your Wild Haven collection. Launch day today is your second collection that we are bringing to you, and you can see how fabulous this collection is. You're getting all those dies in there to make the most incredible cards that we have brought to you today. And you can see by the versatility and the stance that we've got with these are going to be real wow factor cards each and every time. Now look at this, using it totally different way, and you'll see the designs that we've done throughout the shows have all been different. There's so many different roads and trips you're going to be able to take with this collection to get the most out of it, to get the best from it. Like that one, totally changing it. There was one that we did yesterday showing you it's all about the scene, it's about the story, and these dies will tell a story. That's what it's all about as well. And you can see with these ones, these are incredible, but you're going to need the collection to do that. 240705 on that one, £114 and 99 pence if you're wanting to get that one. Now honestly, I've enjoyed this hour as much as you have. Hopefully we will be back at 12 noon with even more inspiration for you, so get all your questions in and everything else. But we will be back at 12, me and Tasmin, and we'll see you in a while. Take care. Bye bye.